something I hear often from parents is, my child is playing and they're training, or from coaches, they're working out, they're training, they're playing, but they're just not getting better with their ability to handle the ball. They're still turning the ball over, that they're still afraid of contact. My name is Coach Nick Alduro, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and also if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. So let's talk about that issue. Let's talk about that issue of players not being able to still dribble in the game despite working on their handle. The main issue that I have seen from my experience is coaches, parents, other skilled trainers, you're not challenging your players enough. You're not challenging your child enough because you don't want them to fail and potentially quit. You're thinking that if I give them something that's too hard to do, they're not going to be able to do it. They're going to cry, they're going to pout, and they're going to give up and quit. But really, that's the opposite of what you should be doing. Number one, not being able to do something yet teaches how to deal with adversity. It teaches persistence, right? Which is going to happen in the game, which is going to happen in life. If you keep giving your player, your child, the same easy drill to do over and over, and you're like, look, mom, look, dad, I can do it. That's not wrong. However, they're not going to advance. Just like we go through kindergarten, we go up to first grade, we go up to second grade, we go up to third grade. We keep advancing, right? We keep doing harder stuff. And we don't say to a child, you failed the test, just, take an easier test, right? It's, okay, what can I do? What can I work on? So it's okay to give a third grade kid something that you would normally give a middle school kid, and just leave out a couple of details so like their brain doesn't explode. But you cannot just put them in a box of, you're younger, you can only dribble 5 times with your right and then dribble 3 times with your left and then shoot it, right? You've got to give them a little bit more. You've got to let them fail. You've got to let them mess up. And most players, especially when they're younger, they dribble with their off arm down, and they're only dribbling with the hand that has the ball in it. And you might say, well, yeah, there's only one basketball. Well, in the game of basketball, if you watch any really, really good dribbler, they're able to have 2 active hands. What do I mean by that? They're able to dribble and feel contact on this off arm, while keep their dribble, or swipe away defenders' hands, which is legal, right? It's not called as long as they don't push. They're allowed to do that. But you're not letting them train for that. You're not letting them mess up. You're just doing the most basic thing ever because it makes them feel successful at first. Then they get in the game and wham, they get hit on their left arm, they lose the basketball on the right side. Or they go through their legs and then boom, the ball goes flying as soon as they get hit on this side. Because their brain can't do anything on the other side if the other hand gets engaged. It messes them up. So you need to challenge them. You let them mess up for 10 minutes straight. And then when they finally get it, oh my goodness, they're so excited. And then they were like, okay, they got 1 in a row. Now they got 2 in a row. Now they get 3 in a row. But because you let them fail for 10 minutes straight, that led them to see, wow, I can do this. Wow, I can do difficult stuff. So you need to introduce, whether it's a second basketball, a tennis ball, hitting a chair, swiping away defenders' hands. And you might say, well, why can't they just play? They'll just play one-on-one. Yeah, one-on-one's not bad. However, it's very difficult to rep out the same action in one-on-one. So if you want to work on something very specific, you got to do other things that can really, really have that structure. For example, if I play somebody in one-on-one and I'm a righty and I'm a little kid and I just want to win the game and I want to make my mom or dad proud, I'm going to go right 300 times in a row. But I really need to work on going left and working on contact on my right side. That's very hard to tell a kid who's younger, hey, don't worry about losing the game. So that's why drills are important, okay, because you can focus on them. It's not wrong to play one-on-one, but we're talking about ball handling and game transfer. You need to have them mess up and be okay with doing things that they don't necessarily do in a game. Whether it's dribbling with a second basketball, pinning one ball to a chair while the other ball gets pulled back to what's called their pocket, Using a tennis ball, you bounce, you go through, you catch. Why? Because it's not the tennis ball is going to be in the game. It's the fact that they're going to need to use this hand, because you need to have two active hands to be a great ball handler. You need to be able to take a defender's hand and swipe it away. So you're not doing those game connecting drills. You're not doing because you don't want them to mess up and feel bad, and then maybe they'll quit. Well, if your kid quits because they can't do a drill, you have a bigger problem than that. You have an attitude issue, and you need to help them have a space for failure, encourage them to lose the ball, encourage them to keep going. Right? That becomes a character and an attitude thing. It means that you're putting so much emphasis on, oh my goodness, you did it right. And instead of saying, hey, I love the way you failed and you kept going. I love the way you messed up and you kept going. And then you finally got it. That's awesome. You got to give them the space to fail, to mess up. So that is why your child or your players, they are messing up in a game, because you're not letting them mess up in practice. You're not challenging both hands when they're dribbling. Those are the game connectors, is that other hand. Does that hit affect the ball? That's the difference. That's the difference between a great dribbler and a not a great dribbler in the game. So if you're looking for a program to help transform whether you're a skill trainer, whether you're a team coach, whether you're a parent, I have a great program for you. It's called the 2-Ball Pro Handle System. It's going to be in the link in the description and also the link in the very first comment. Okay? If you click on that link, you'll be taken to a page. It'll tell you if you scroll down a little bit, it'll tell you exactly what the program looks like, and it'll show you what it looks like so you can actually get a look in it before you do anything. All right, if you have any questions, make sure you drop them in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. All right, and I will see you next time.